Claude Code is elite. It is the best coding assistant out there right now. And because you asked, let me put you on. Claude Code is a CLI, so that means it is a terminal AI coding assistant. So it's not on your web browser. It's not an IDE like Cursor. So that is something you have to keep in mind. It is also a part of their Max plan. It's a part of Anthropic's Max plan. So it is a bit pricey. No, it's pricey. And it was built for technical users. But I've been on here and I've listened to some of the other tech people on here, like Sabrina Ramanoff, and apparently some non-technical users are figuring it out, downloading it, and making it work. Now, if you're a non-technical user, I really suggest you start with the other AI coding tools first. Get a taste of what you're doing before you rush face into it, unless you just like those kind of challenges, right? You're totally free to do that. When I say it is a CLI or that it runs in the terminal, I'm going to show you what that looks like. So I have both my Ubuntu, which is Linux, up, and Windows PowerShell. So originally, when I first got Claude Code, they did not have a Windows compatible version, but now they do. So I originally went through the process to get Claude Code because I heard how good it was, and I've been working on some projects, and it really helps me and assists me through my processes. Claude Code is also compatible with macOS. If you go to Anthropic, they have instructions on how you can download it for your Mac. So to download it, I'm going to direct you directly to the source. You're going to go to Anthropic, and Anthropic has a step-by-step guide on how to set up Claude Code in your terminal, whether you have Windows, Linux, or macOS. So just come here and read through it, and it walks you through how to download it for your operating system. So why do I say Claude Code is elite? Well, let's start with the context window. Claude Code has always had a higher number of tokens when it comes to context, but recently they increased to 1 million tokens. While that is comparable to Google's Gemini CLI, they're just not the same. Time after time, both Claude 4 Sonnet and Claude 4 Opus, which you both have access to them in the CLI in your terminal, if you get it, but both of them outperform the competition. When we look at different benchmarks, they are just leading in all areas. So that is point one. Secondly, as someone who's worked with the browser-based tools and the IDEs, I just think that if you give Claude Code the right guardrails and its tools, its MCP tools, it just outshines all the other tools out there, because it's able to accomplish more, and it's more strategic, and it does not rewrite files. A lot of the other tools, the issue and complaints are always centered around the rewriting, right? Like Cursor, something, unless you specifically ask Cursor not to rewrite a file, it rewrites the entire file, okay? Claude Code does not do that. Let me show you some shortcuts that you can start to use. When you're working with Claude Code, you can create your own agents. Now you can install it globally, or you can point it to a specific folder. Like for me personally, I now have Windows Claude Code, and I have projects in Linux, and I have projects in specific folders. But you can also install it globally and just create general agents. I wouldn't do that. I would create agents specific to my project, but you would basically, enter the backslash and then write agents, and then you can create new agents right there, right in here once you get it set up. So now we're going to go back. Another feature that I like is the resume feature. Let's say you're having a conversation and for whatever reason the terminal closes out, you can resume. Now I'm not pointed right now in any of my project directories, but you would just hit resume. Well, I guess there's a couple of things here, but you would just hit resume, and then you would click on the conversation that you want to resume, right? And then another feature that I like is, well, I like many of them, but there's memory, there's the MCP. I use the MCP a lot with my projects. That is something you can also configure right here. Anthropic has made it easier. When it first came out, how I did it was I created a JSON file. I set up my settings via JSON. But you can now set up your settings, which these are your settings, right? You can set them up just by clicking in here and just entering that. And you can configure everything right in here. Now, if you're really going down this path and you're going to go down this journey, there are also a lot of open source tools that you can download to work with Claude Code. You can also just go on Anthropic's website and read about different things that they have that you can leverage. Or you could go on GitHub and do some searching over there. I hope this was helpful. But I have a question for you. Have you gone to my website yet? If you haven't, you really should. You should go visit it, play around, and go check out my article where I explain to you exactly what I'm doing here and how I teach you to think with AI and not just use the tools, but give you the skill set to navigate any of the tools when it's time. Go read my little article that I posted, leave me a comment, and share. You would be supporting me. So I appreciate you guys, and always like, share, comment, and over here, what do? We keep it moving forward, upward, and onward.